Hello everyone, I'm Prakriti P. I'm a second year computer science engineering student studying in Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering, and today I'm here to give a presentation on the topic data languages in the subject database management systems. So today I'll be giving an introduction about data languages, which includes DDL, DML, DCL and TCL. Then I would like to conclude by presentation. So to begin with, database management systems basically utilize specific languages to interact with the databases, and these languages are categorized based on their function, and which includes the data definition language, data manipulation language, data query language, and data control language, and transaction control language. So the first of all, the data languages in DBMS, which is data definition language. It is basically used to define and manage the database schema, which includes the creation, alteration, deletion of database objects such as tables, indexes, and constraints. And data manipulation language, which is also used for retrieval and manipulation, allowing users to perform operations such as querying, inserting, updating, and deleting data within the database. Data control language, which is used for control and access of the data, managing permissions and privileges to ensure that the only authorized users can perform such specific actions on data. And then comes the data control language, which is basically used to manage the transaction, ensuring that the data consistency and reliability which will be controlled, which can be committed, and rollback of changes within the database. Each of these languages have certain distinct purpose and plays an important role in overall functionality and security of the database system. And as we take it, these enable us to robust and efficient database operations, supporting a wide range of applications and services that rely on structured data management. The first one is data definition language, which is used to define and manage the structure of the database objects such as tables, indexes, views, schemes, and it setbacks a framework within the data which can be stored and organized. These are used to create a new database objects, which means that this command creates a table named students with columns which is ID, name, age, and they also help us modify existing database objects, and they alter the table students. They add column address, and this command also adds a new column address to the students table. And we can say that it can also be used for dropping, which means the deletion of database objects, and this can help. For example, drop table students, this command deletes the students table. So significance of DDL is that it is crucial for establishing and modifying the database schema. It ensures that the database structure is well defined and can support the required data operations efficiently, and a proper schema design can enhance the query performance and also maintain the data integrity and facilitate the future modifications. DML. DML is nothing but the data manipulation language. This is basically used for interacting with and manipulating the data stored within the database. It encompasses the operations which retrieve, insert, update, and delete data. And the common commands used is it retrieves the data from the database, it selects from data, and then the command selects all the columns and rows from the students table. So description is it basically also used for inserting, adding new data to the database, and it also inserts into the student ID, name, age, values, and this command inserts a new record into the students table. So we can also update, which means that we can modify the existing database, the data in the database, and we can update the student set age 21 where ID is 1. This command updates the age of the students with ID 1. And descript and delete is nothing but removes the data from the database, and then it deletes it from the students where the IDs were. This command basically deletes the record of the student with ID1. The DML command where commands are basically essential for manipulating the data manipulation basically, and retrieval. They also helps us to perform a wide range of operations on the data, which also ensures that the information stored in the database is accurate and current and useful. And these are effective for use of DML commands, which is critical for day-to-day database operations and data management. Data control language. Data control language is basically used to control access to the data within the database, and it manages permissions and privileges, ensuring that the only authorized or users can perform specific actions on the data. And they also provide specific privileges to the users. They grant select on students to user, and then this command grants a user permission to execute select queries on the data, which is the students table. And they help us to remove specific privileges from the users. They revoke select on students from the users, and this command helps us to this command basically helps us to revoke the user's permissions to execute the select queries on the data students table. So significance of data control language is that these commands are vital for database security, and they also ensure that they are the only authorized individuals which have access to sensitive data, and they can perform critical operations and proper management of user privileges, which helps them to protect the database from the unauthorized access and potential data breaches. Transaction control language. Transaction control language, its main purpose is to manage the transaction within the database, and it also helps us to ensure that the transaction which is processed reliably, and that the database remains in consistent state. So the common commands is commit, which means that saves all the changes which are made in the current transaction. This command commits the current transaction, making all changes permanent. And rollback is that it undoes all the changes which are made in the current transaction. Rollback, this command basically rolls back the current transaction, reverting the database to its previous state before the transactions are begun. And save point is the point where it sets a save point within the transaction to which you can later on roll back. And this command creates a save point named SP1 within the current transactions. So significance of this TCL is that the commands are crucial for maintaining the data integrity and consistency. They allow us to control transactions processing, ensuring the changes are not only safe but also the operations in the transaction are successful. And this event helps us. This event of error has an ability to roll back and change which helps us to preserve and accurately rely on the database. So now I'd like to conclude by saying that each and every language, data languages play a critical role in overall functionality and efficiency of DBMS. And it also helps us for the structured organization, manipulation, and protection of data. And it helps us to understand, utilize, and utilize these data languages properly. Unless users and administrators can effectively interact with these databases by performing complex queries, they also help us to maintain integrity and ensures there is a secure access and modifications. These structured approach is essential for modern database management, where supporting everything from small applications to a large enterprise system. And input languages basically, which is the data languages, are fundamental and which is very important for functionality and management of database, which is DDL, DML, DCL, and TCL, which serves as distinct purposes. where DDL basically, as we see, it is used for the structure, and DML for interaction, DCL for the securing the data and managing the access, where TCL is for reliability and integrity of transactions. So we can understand by we can basically understand and effectively use these languages for crucial database for administration by administrators and developers, and this can be efficiently used to manage and utilize the database system. So the combined and reliable transaction process and can also be done through all of these data languages, and it plays a very important role in DBMS. So this was the end of my presentation, and I'm really thankful for you guys for watching my video till the very end. See you guys in the next one.